Hi everyone. As you can tell by the title, this is a life update. Just letting you know what's going on. I know a few of you messaged me, and when I was able to, I let you know that it would be a little while before I could be back on. I just been getting my YouTube up and going, and many of you know that my husband was battling cancer for 2 years, and he lost his fight with that. He fought hard, trust me. He fought hard, and he going to do this without crying. Sorry. But anyway, he lost his fight with that just before Thanksgiving last year. So the holidays were tough last. Well, this whole first year is tough. I'm sure anyone that's gone through this can tell me that is tough. Anyway, just before he had passed away, he had told me that the Lord had told him that we needed to sell the house. I didn't know if that was just the drugs talking or not, because he'd called me from the hospital, and so anyway, it all worked out. A neighbor had called me, and it just all worked out. We sold the house, no realtor, no nothing. I had to close on it after he passed. No inspections, nothing like that. So I know it was of the Lord. Then I ended up living with my daughter for about 8 months, trying to navigate what I was going to do next. Kept looking at houses, but they were in town, and just know I do love my flowers. I love to garden, and so I wanted a little bit of land to do that. And just with the market and everything was so expensive, and just there's a cardinal on my feeder now. There was just a squirrel. So I keep saying, I'm sorry. This is just a hard one to do. The first one back, and but we did find a house. My son and I found a house, and he's the one that was doing most of the grunt work. My daughter, our youngest daughter, did a lot of work too. She did help me do a lot of painting, wallpapering, cutting of trim. I learned how to put trim up. We learned how to, well, my son actually tells me to make sure that everyone knows that I did the trim, not him, because it's not quite up to his quality of work, which I understand, but I didn't want to rely on him for everything, so I tried to do what I could. And my husband had taught me so much anyway. We always worked side by side flipping houses before we moved into the last house, and then I wanted to keep that house, so that's why we stayed there. And then we had 5 wonderful years there. And then he excuse me, I was going to try to do this without crying. And then he passed away. So this house we found, and it has a couple acres at least, and I can have my garden, and I can have flowers, and it's a lot to keep up with. I am understanding that, because there's a lot of trees, bushes, and things like that. The previous owners didn't do anything with the yard much. She wasn't into flowers and stuff, and I asked her if there was flowers here, and she didn't think there was, but then there was a lot of different ones, so that was exciting to find. And then since I worked so hard, I've been working so hard on this house all spring and summer on the inside, so I'm hoping to get outside in the fall and next spring and work on the garden area. I found out I put my garden in the wrong area. There's no sun there. The trees were a lot bigger than what I thought, and so I'm gonna change all that and do some flower beds and stuff that I can keep up with. I know I got my husband in my head saying, now don't overwhelm yourself, because he didn't like it when I did that. So yeah, I have video of pictures of when we bought the house, and then I have some video of us doing stuff along the way, and then I'm going to put all that in this video. And then I'm going to, next week, I will put the video up of the late summer house tour, so you can see. Now, please pardon anything that you think is rough and things. It's me doing it most of the time. Me and my daughter and my son, he does wonderful work. So just some of my ideas he kind of questions. But my husband always let me do what I wanted to do with the house, and he just tried to make it better for me. And yeah, so I kind of did some creative things. I made my own faux fireplace last week. He had shown me how to do that, because we always do that in all the houses, because I like that. And let me see, there's a bunch of other stuff too, but you'll just have to come back for the summer tour next week. And this week you can see the shamble it was in when I bought it. They're literally in the kitchen. You're going to see a bathroom area, and that's actually in my kitchen now. Um, and it was bad. It was nasty. And we went ahead, we made a bigger kitchen, and my son made a bath and a half for us. So then I had, for me, that's the hardest thing, is getting used to not saying us and we and our. It's kind of weird. But those of you that have been through it know. So I have a bathroom off my bedroom, which is nice. And then I have a half bath for when company comes. Then we have an extra bedroom too for when my daughter comes up from New Mexico to visit. That's nice too. And then I always have somebody staying here, it seems like, which is a blessing, because I don't always like being alone here. But I do have a nice, protective, big dog now that my son got me. And I don't think anybody's going to try coming in the house. Trust me, he's a big boy, but he's protective of me, and I'm happy about that. But anyway, on that note, I just want to let you know I'm doing okay. It's still a process, and I know it's going to be a process. Grief is a very strange thing, and I know it's totally different for everyone. For me, it's going to take a while, and that's okay. That's okay. He was a good man, and he was the love of my life. So I know it's going to take a while. But anyway, I'm going to go on to the pictures of the house, and please let me know what you think, if you think I could make it look decent or not.